Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe if you are enjoying what you are hearing. Now, on to today's story. If this can help anyone who's been emotionally cheated on / whose ex-monkey branched. Advice. I know every situation is different. But I've come to realize that, most of the time, cheaters, liars and manipulators have unresolved issues and traumas that caused them to be immature, not communicate, cheats, etc. This is for everyone who has been emotionally cheated on, then whose ex tried to manipulate them and gaslighted them. For everyone whose ex became mean and insensitive out of the blue even though you had an amazing relationship. For everyone who did everything they could to fix the issues and make their ex happy. That's the things I've learned and that I want everyone who's been in this position to remember. Don't waste your precious time and energy trying to reason with them. They know what they did. They just can't acknowledge it, at least not for now, because they are in denial. Maybe, just maybe, in the future they will become mature enough to really be sorry and admit what they did. But in the meantime, take your dignity and go. Trust your guts. If something doesn't feel right, then it probably isn't. And if you talk to them about it and nothing changes, please don't beg or chase them. You are worth so much more than that. You are not crazy, idiot, naive or whatever for trying. You loved that person. She made you so many promises, you didn't want to throw that away. So don't be so hard on yourself. I don't care what they told you, this is not your fault. Everyone has flaws, everyone hurt the other person sometimes, but those are never a reason to cheat. Okay, if you were abusing your partner sexually, physically and emotionally, then it's not the same thing. But if they had a problem with you or the relationship, they should have talked to you, act like a mature adult. Please remember, this tells nothing about you, but everything about them. Lying, cheating, gaslighting, manipulating. It's because those people are broken inside. Have a lot of traumas, unresolved issues, abandonment issues, etc. They want the easy way out. They can't communicate and fix issues, it is too difficult for them, so they go see someone else. Unless your ex has a narcissist personality disorder, which is rare, so don't be diagnosed too easily. People can do selfish things, we all do at some point, but having a NPD is a totally different thing. They do feel bad. But they will never admit it because the truth would hurt them too much. They try to forget you, they try to hurt you, to manipulate you, because it is easier for them to do that than to face their feelings and be held accountable for their actions. Guilt is a strong feeling and some people can't deal with it. This is not personal to you. It's just the reflection of their internal unhappiness. I know it's hard, seeing this once lovely and wonderful person become so mean, but those are all defense mechanisms. Denial, projection, etc. to protect themselves and their ego. I know some people will say they're your ex, they don't owe you anything, but I don't think it's true. It's not because they're your ex that they have to be disrespectful and mean. Again, defense mechanisms to protect their feelings and ego. It's not because they did what they did that it automatically means they never loved you. Sometimes it's because you're not in the same place in life anymore. Sometimes it's because people have fears. It can be a number of things, but that doesn't mean they never truly loved you and that your relationship was all fake. I know some people really are jerks. But I believe that sometimes, people do bad things and it has nothing to do with love but everything about their own issues. You'll come to realize that this was for the best. And no, they won't change for the other person. In order to change, they have to really work on themselves, heal from their traumas, etc. They basically monkey branched into another relationship, because they can't stand being alone. Some people get scared when things start to really get serious and when it's time to fix some issues, so they go seek validation somewhere else. And so they didn't do any inner work to grow like everyone is supposed to do after a breakup. People can fall out of love with you. It is sad, but it happens and it's okay. What's not okay is cheating, lying, trying to manipulate and doing nothing to fix the issues with your partner while saying you still love the person and that you'll do anything to save the relationship. Don't try to understand what happened. Maybe they fell out of love with you. Maybe they have abandonment issues and they were so scared you were going to leave that they chose to abandon you before you did. Maybe they were confused. Maybe you two were not in the same place anymore. Whatever it is, only your ex knows the truth, and hell, maybe they don't even know themselves. So please, I know it's hard, but don't try to find an answer to everything, because some things don't have any answers. Personally, 2 months after the breakup, the anger I have toward my ex is slowly transforming into pity, or something like that. Because I know she has a lot of traumas and fears that caused her to act like this. But she never wanted to get help for it. We had an amazing relationship even though she acted so not right in the end. I just think that, well, hurt people and that her own fears and unresolved issues were too much and her internal demons got the best of her. And I hope she gets the strength one day to get the help she needs and deserves. This doesn't excuse anything though. Those kinds of people are toxic. I know it's hard, it is still hard for me after 2 months and probably will be for a long time. But it gets better every day. I don't miss her, I miss the woman she pretended to be while she was with me. The very best thing we can do in this situation is waving them goodbye, move on and never take them back in our life. Karma will get to them someday. Please don't chase after them, you are worth so much more and what they did is unacceptable. As for you, take time for yourself, time to heal. And no one is perfect, that is true for your ex, my ex, you and me. So take this time to reflect on your faults and to become a better person. Everyone has flaws and makes mistakes that are worth reflecting on, but again, those flaws are not a reason for being cheated on. And be proud of yourself because you stayed true to yourself and your ex, and in the end, you did everything you could. You have the right to miss them, to cry for them, because even though it ended badly, you maybe had an amazing relationship with them at some point. Just accept that they did what they did and it has nothing to do with you. But you don't deserve to be treated that way. My ex-wife monkey branched for a guy who fed her a heap of lies. He was an older guy in his 50s, my wife was 36, looked every bit his age, saggy moves etc., but told her stories about taking her on holidays to Tahiti and around Europe and how well off he supposedly was. She pointed out to me how much better than me he was. In the end it turned out he was an insurance salesman with barely any money, and didn't even own his own home, let alone have enough to go on these fancy trips he promised. As is obvious, it lasted about 2 months after we split, and now they are completely out of contact because he turned out to be a bit of a psycho too. I kind of get a kick out of knowing my wife had to go and sleep with him on multiple occasions and she thought she was getting some kind of great life out of it, but it was all for nothing due to his reality. I'm really sorry she did that to you. But that is what I call karma for her. Honestly, she deserved it and I hope she'll reflect on herself and learn from that. Stay strong, you are worth so much more than this. Great post, really needed to read this today. Thank you so much. You're so welcomed. I'm really glad if this could make you feel at least a bit better. This is very true, my STBXH has had many realizations since his affair, but none that make him want to reverse course. He seems more comfortable burying his head in the sand and hoping it will all go away. He did acknowledge that I did nothing wrong in our marriage, that I tried to communicate with him and that it was his issues that held him back and ultimately led him to stray. It has been 8 months and he's still in a deep depression over everything. I tried to be there to help, but I have my own issues from the betrayal to work through and can't coddle and soothe him while still holding anger towards him. He is also, I believe, still in a state of denial about everything, as it always seems to take him back when I make moves towards my new future, e.g. asking him to take the last of his stuff with him, to sell off his gym equipment, etc. It is not my job to fix him, I need to fix myself. That is so true. It is not your job to fix him. It is his job. And he lost someone who loved him really hard and who would have done anything to help him. It is his loss. Focus on yourself, you deserve it. Thank you for that. I must save it. Very well written and explains my situation exactly. 2 months is true. And don't go chasing, it will only prolong the inevitable and cause you more pain. Thank you for sharing. I'm glad you could relate. And you're right. It is so much better to focus on yourself. And the best revenge you can offer them is to no longer be in their life, because they lost someone who loved them so much and who would have always been there for them. And they will realize this eventually. So focus on your well-being and dreams. Yes, I do 3 things every day that bring me joy. Any positivity. Mine are to cook, work out, and read the Bible. Man, it helps so much. When you are so down you don't know what to do, make that list of 3 simple things that bring you joy. Music, a bubble bath, a walk, anything will make a huge difference in your day and bring positivity. It was so tough the first month. The second month is better. Get your mind off WS and get your mind on you. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Have an awesome day or night. Wherever you are.